Shannon Sharpe is out at FS1. Many are pointing to a few moments that indicated the end was near.
But I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back, Skip.
Well, I thought,
Skip, just let me.
I didn't know you were going to bring up this.
No, I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where DeMar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet.
Like here, when Shannon could not stand Skip Bayless interjecting during a serious moment.
That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanations, so clearly somebody.
No, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Or when Skip went after Sharpe's credentials.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous. I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got three Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than you.
Better.
Skip, what did I got to see what you do?
And now we have the announcement of all announcements in sports media. Shannon Sharpe has reached a buyout with Fox Sports. He will be leaving Undisputed. The two sides reached the buyout last night. Importantly, Club Shay Shay, his podcast, he'll be taking that with him when he leaves the network.
You hate to see it. Skip and Shannon breaking up on live TV every single day. You can tell they don't even speak outside the building, outside the show. Want to know how I know? We all saw it. Felt like an ambush to Skip. Well, we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Former FS1 host Marcellus Wiley predicted this duo's fate back in January.
Yeah, this is not about a tweet. This is not about Brady being better than Shannon. It's not even about none of that. None of them arguments. You know what this is? This is primal. Yep. This is two alphas fighting for territory. This is about power. Because that dynamic of power on that show has shifted, whether it's real or imagined. And right now, we're all seeing that battle for it.
That rant was liked by, well, Shannon Sharpe. This is when we know the relationship was headed toward its conclusion. Speaking of liked tweets, Shannon's most recent was this. Their relationship got progressively worse over the last 2, maybe 3 years because Skip fought for him to be on that show. But I feel like Skip couldn't stand Shannon succeeding without, and that's when Skip was taking pot shots on air. And now here is where we stand, with the reporting going as follows. People close to Sharpe said privately he did not seek to be the unquestioned leader on the show, but wanted to be an equal with Bayless in the program's top selection. Then there was Shannon just flat out admitting he and Bayless were not exactly friends, but in a way, he claims, it helped their on-air partnership, keeping it, as we perceive through his own quote, strictly business. I think it helps our relationship that we're not close, he would say. He doesn't know what I'm thinking, and he doesn't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what he's thinking, and I don't know what he's going to say. I think it helps us television-wise. It might have hurt our personal relationship, but I definitely think it's helped our on-air relationship. So when I went live on the TYT Sports YouTube channel to discuss all of this with you, which we're going to be doing more, I asked who could be those replacements for Shannon Sharpe. And forthewin.usatoday.com gave 8. And they are Chris Mad Dog Russo, Nick Wright on Fox Sports 1, Kendrick Perkins, who used to work for Fox Sports 1, Chad Ochocinco made a ton of appearances, Ray Lewis worked for Fox Sports 1, Scottie Pippen, who has caused some controversy, Marcellus Wiley, who used to be there as well, and then obviously the one that is like no chance of happening is Tom Brady. Here are my thoughts on all of this, okay? I personally do not believe that Tom Brady is going to be in television. I think he is going to eye another career in football. What exactly that is, we'll see. Not totally sure, but here's what I will say. Of those names, there is one who is not listed that I think would absolutely kill on that show. I said it on the live last night, and that is Joy Taylor. Now, before you go, oh, Rick. Oh, how could you, Rick? Here's why. She is one of the best things that happened to Colin Cowherd's show because she, number one, really knows her stuff. 2, clearly does her homework, and 3, doesn't have an agenda. 4th, she is the best thing, or even another set of bullet points, the best thing to ever happen to speak for yourself. I don't think any of those dudes is on her level whatsoever. She would bring stability. Her takes would go as viral, if not more viral, than Shannon's. Even though he had the Shannon Sharpe burner account, Sharpie's burner account on Twitter, which promoted him and also various other rants, Skip's stuff has gotten stale. He is making more than Shannon Sharpe is right now. So I would say Joy Taylor could be the next person, though it does seem like Skip is going to be able to handpick that person. What is next for Shannon? Few different avenues. He could go to ESPN if he wants the bag, because if ESPN has a lineup of Stephen A., Shannon Sharpe, and Pat McAfee, that is a 3, 4, 5 power-hitting lineup that you have in the middle of your order. Would they pair up Shannon Sharpe with Stephen A.? Maybe, but if you want to maximize what you have, you would separate all of them, and you would have Shannon Sharpe go up against somebody that he thinks could replicate, if not do better, than what Skip Bayless brought. The second is he could potentially, if he wanted to, be on those, when the NFL season opens up and there's a Monday night game and there's 2, Boomer would call the second game. It was like a California game. Shannon Sharpe could pitch himself to be that second team for Monday Night Football, because that has been a rotating door of color analysts over and over again throughout the years. The third is going fully independent like Marcellus Wiley has done, like some others have done. Quite honestly, I have heard from people who have gone independent. They've said it publicly, they've said it privately. There is more money in going independent than taking on, if you were to go to a network and also being somewhat censored with what you can and cannot say. Being as unfiltered as you want, having the freedom to dictate your own schedule, booking whatever guests you want. He already has the pull because the Club Shay Shay podcast, I believe, is over 1 million subscribers. So going independent, not completely out of the cards either. One last thing real quick that I want to touch on. I've seen some people in the live that we did last night credit Kwame Brown for Shannon Sharpe leaving. Guys, I need to be very clear about this. Do not give Kwame that much credit. The drama is there between the two. They clearly don't like one another. Shannon Sharpe did not leave because of Kwame Brown. Fox Sports 1 did not buy out Shannon Sharpe because of Kwame Brown. It has nothing to do with it whatsoever. This is likely something that even Marcellus Wiley predicted, we all thought was going to happen for some time, because clearly they butted heads over and over and over again. Don't give someone too much credit when they're not deserving of it.